Welcome, my name is Dr. James Haberfield and I'm from the Unusual Pet Beds. Today we're going to be looking at how do we go about sexing rats and determining whether your rat is a male or a female. And this is a really important video to watch if you are going to have rats, because we see a lot of rats that are missexed. Many that come in as two girls and two boys, and a few months later you've got a whole bunch of baby rats running around, and then it becomes a cycle. So really important to get it right from the start. Don't take the word of the pet shop or wherever you've brought them from unless they have a lot of experience with rats, because we see a lot that unfortunately aren't correct. So it's always better to check yourself and just to make sure, or get them sexed by someone who is very comfortable with sexing rats as well. Before we grab them out, a couple of things that you want to be looking for with rats, and the most obvious difference is the development of their testicles, which the boys generally develop quite early on. Obviously the girls don't have them. They're quite easy to tell. It's not a difficult area to see, so I'll just show you what they look like so you can see what to look out for. With the females, they often have more obvious nipples than the males do, so that's a good way to tell as well. And the other thing that we commonly see is what's called a difference in anogenital gap. So basically the space between where the genital exit is, so where they wee out of, if you like, and also where they poo out of their anus. So that is a larger gap in males and a much smaller gap in females. So those things together you can often have a look at and then try to tell. Male rats do sometimes get larger than female rats, but I wouldn't say it's easy to tell unless you've got a lot side by side. Based on that alone, you really need to be checking yourself, because some of the girls can get quite big. Alrighty, so I'll grab one out and we'll have a look and go from there.
Hey, who wants to be a star? Gimme. Yeah, stay there.
Okay, alright, so we've got this little cutie here today. So when you're wanting to sex them and to have a look, what you want to do is gently flip them over and have a look at their end parts. Okay, so if we do that, okay, so if we're holding them upside down, rats are always very wriggly, so we'll do our best. But basically, if you're holding upside down, a couple of things we can see already. You can see that there's a nipple just in front of my thumb there, and another one on that side. So that's generally more obvious than, and another one up there, that's more obvious than I'd expect for most male rats. If we go down the bottom here, we've got no testicles present, and you've got a relatively small gap between the anus and the genitals there. So not that much of a gap there in this little one. So this is a girl, so this is a female rat. So if you're having a look, a look there, you can see no testicles, which I'll just see if we can get your legs out of the way so we can have a better look. There we go. So there's no testicles on either side, which I'll contrast in a minute. You can see grossly observable nipples, and there's not much of a gap between the anus and where the wee comes out in the genitals. So vulval opening. Alrighty, so here we've got a male rat, and I'll show you in a minute. There's quite a substantial difference. So what we're going to do again is just flip him over and have a look and see if we can show you the differences. Alrighty, so if we just flip him over, you can see straight away, he's going to be a bit of a roller. I'll try again. Okay, straight away we've got very large testicles on either side, so that's a testicle there, and just there. There's another one on the other side just there as well, running along there. So they're quite obvious. Okay mate, I'm alright, I know you've had enough. Okay, so you can see that on either side, quite large testicles following down there. You've also got a much larger gap, sorry mate, much larger gap between their anus, which is up the top there, and their where they wee out of their urethral opening, the genital opening there. So also if we have a look, you can't really see their nipples in this guy, whereas compared to the female earlier, you could see her nipples fairly clearly. So two large testicles, penile opening where they wee out of, larger distance to the end, and also no grossly observable nipples in this guy. So as you can see, there's quite obvious differences between these two, so hopefully now you'll be able to easily sex the rats that you have. With the younger species, the younger animals, it is more subtle, but the differences that you're looking for are similar. So if you have any questions or you're not sure, don't hesitate to get in touch and we'll do our best to help you out. Otherwise, thanks for watching and have a great day. Cheers.